So I've had some requests for more clarification on singing from your core and singing with your diaphragm. And so I went on YouTube and I perused a few other videos that people have out there about singing with your diaphragm, and I realized how needed this video is. I saw people lying on the floor, and so you could see how your belly raises when you take a diaphragmatic breath, and put a book on your abdomen and make it raise, and people taking long breaths and slowly exhaling on an S. And these are all things I've had teachers do with me, but none of these things are telling you how to sing an entire song from your core using your diaphragm, quote unquote. I'm going to tell you why that's not an exactly perfect phrase. And none of them are things that you can take with you and use forever. I've got one tool for you that if you develop, you can use for the rest of your singing life. I use it when I'm performing live to sing with good breath technique. I'm actually a little nervous sharing this because it feels like a little bit of a trade secret, but I think it's an important one. So hang out with me for a little bit and learn this inside intel. By the way, I'm Judy Fine. I created the Singer Athlete Workout Program. That's my online singing course. I'm also an artist development coach, and I have a program called Hobbyist to Gigging Singer. You can check both of those out at onlinewithjudyfine.com. And don't forget, if you enjoy this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. So what I'm going to do here is give you an abridged version of lesson 1 from the Singer Athlete Workout Program. So if you decide to enroll in that course, you will get a more detailed version of what I'm about to teach you. I'm going to take you through the steps of an inhale, the steps of an exhale, and what you want to be different between an exhale and when you're singing, because they're not the same. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to give you the first in a series of exercises to develop this skill, and you can use it to develop the ability to sing with your diaphragm, whether you're doing vocal exercises or singing at a 3-set gig. And you don't have to lay down on the floor, and you don't have to exhale with an S. The 3 main body parts we're going to focus on, other than your vocal folds, are the ribs, the lungs, and the diaphragm. Now you can see here the ribs are sort of king. They house the lungs and the diaphragm. If the ribs don't move, the diaphragm doesn't move, and the lungs don't get pushed or pulled around. So your ribs are always first. You may think you're initiating an inhale from your mouth, but you are expanding your ribs. One thing that you can't see on this picture is that the ribs are in joints between your vertebrae along your spine. And those joints, because they're in joints, each individual rib can twist. So this is how your rib cage expands, in the joints in your spine. That means the greatest expansion happens in your back. The other thing you can't see from this diagram is that the muscle, the biggest, strongest muscle that helps your ribs expand, are your lats, along most of your back, beneath your shoulder blades, up to under your arms, and down to your waist. There are also little muscles between your ribs called intercostal muscles. Those also help your ribs expand, but the biggest muscle's on your back. So your back is an important part of singing with your diaphragm, as you will soon learn. Now this diagram has numbers. There's a 1, a 2, and a 4. There's no 3 because there's nothing for me to point to, which is the actual number 3. So let me just describe it to you. Let's look at the diagram on the right first. Your ribs are in, the diaphragm is up. So the diaphragm is this red line along the bottom there. It's obviously not an accurate picture of a diaphragm, but it is where the diaphragm is positioned. Your diaphragm is a sheet of muscles, and the rim of the sheet of muscles is attached to the inside of the ribs. When the ribs are in, the diaphragm muscles are completely relaxed, and that's why they're up in this domed position. It's actually in part because all of your other organs are beneath the diaphragm, and they can easily push up a muscle that is not active, that's not engaged. So the diaphragm is domed up, and it's pushed up into, you could say, the bottom of the lungs. This is you with your ribs down, and your diaphragm muscles are relaxed, they're passive. If you look at the left picture, you'll see it says chest expands, number 1, and there's an arrow going to the right because the chest is moving, or the ribs are moving outward. When the ribs move outward, the rim of the diaphragm muscles gets pulled outward, and then the diaphragm flattens. And now the diaphragm is engaged. Engaged means it's active and it's ready to perform a function. When the ribs move outward and the diaphragm flattens, these two movements pull the sides and the bottom of the lungs outward. So the lungs get pulled open. And when you pull open a sac like that, it creates a vacuum inside the sac, and that causes suction. So air gets sucked in through your mouth because that's the only opening. So ribs expand, diaphragm flattens, lungs get pulled downward and outward. This creates a vacuum inside the lungs, air gets sucked in. This is an inhale. Okay, so exhale. Your ribs relax and go in. This makes the diaphragm muscles relax and they go back up to that resting spot. The ribs from the side and the diaphragm from the bottom compress the lungs and air gets pushed out. That is an exhale. Now, a lot of people think singing is just exhaling with sound. And for a lot of people, that is what it is, but that is not what you want it to be. We're going to get to that. But first, I want you to notice that all exhalation, whether you're creating sound or not, is done with the help of the diaphragm. So to say sing with your diaphragm is not a very accurate or useful suggestion. Anytime you exhale, you are using your diaphragm. Now hold all that information. We're going to put it aside for a second. And I just want to talk about your vocal folds. They're here behind your Adam's apple, or where your Adam's apple would be. They are kind of like a pair of lips. So they stay open and relaxed when you're just breathing and you don't need to create sound. And they come together to vibrate to create sound, like your lips. How they come together, how they position themselves, whether or not they stretch to be thinner or they come together to be thicker, all depends on what pitch you tell your vocal folds with your thoughts that you want to sing. Every pitch, every position that the vocal folds can take requires a different amount of air to create that pitch. How do you know how much air to send up to your vocal folds? You don't need to know, because your diaphragm knows. But your diaphragm cannot perform a function if it is not active. So let's look at the chart again. Which position is the diaphragm in when it's active and ready to perform a function? Hopefully you said the one on the left, because that would be the correct answer. When the ribs are expanded and the diaphragm is flattened, now the diaphragm is engaged and can perform a function. And what it does to perform that function is you think a pitch, your vocal folds set up to create that pitch, and your diaphragm just pushes against the bottom of your lungs to send air up to your vocal folds. If you're not sending the correct amount or the needed amount of air up to your vocal folds, you risk things like vocal strain. You could have things like nodes and problems with your singing voice. You also might find that when you're really going after a hard pitch and you're sending a lot of air out, that your pitch goes flat, because what you're doing is you're changing the opening that the vocal folds can create, and that will change the pitch that they create. You might also find that the quality of your sound is pinched or not as resonant as it could be. You may also find that you have a lot of vocal fatigue and you need a lot of recovery time. You can't have a straight trajectory of progress if you're constantly beating on your vocal folds and then they have to recover from that beating. So there are all kinds of reasons that you want to sing with the correct amount of air. Many people, they fill their lungs with air, right? Their ribs are expanded, pretend my elbows are my ribs, diaphragm's flattened, lungs are full of air, and they go sing, 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 and then they take a breath. Sing, 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 take a breath. Sing, 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 sing. Is your diaphragm regulating the air that goes up to your vocal folds in this scenario? No, it's just pushing an indiscriminate amount of air out of your lungs. So this is an exhale. This is not what you want when you're singing. What needs to be different from an exhale? Okay, I'll just tell you. Your ribs have to stay open. If your ribs stay open, your diaphragm stays engaged, and it keeps sending the correct amount of air up to your vocal folds. In addition to that, when your ribs stay open, your lats and your intercostal muscles, your abdomen, everything is strong in your core. And then all of this can be relaxed. That's why this is the most important foundational skill of great singing that you need to learn. Now, this is something that you have to develop, a skill you have to develop, and you have to build the stamina to be able to do it for a long period of time. That's why I have 5 different ribcage exercises in the Singer Athlete Workout Program, because you work your way up and you build your stamina over time. So now that you've learned about an inhale and an exhale and what you want to be different when you're singing from an exhale, I just want you to look at this old video. It's a close-up of my back so that you can see where and how the ribcage expansion happens. This is the part of your back you're going to focus on when you're doing this exercise, so pay attention to where you see that expansion on me. I'm just going to take a big breath. That should have been easy to see. Hopefully you saw that. But I want to be able to expand my ribs without having to hold that air in my lungs. So I can. I go like this. I expand my ribs. They're nice and big, but I'm still talking to you because I can hold them open while I'm vocalizing. And I can breathe in and out too. My ribs are still open. And then I can relax them. Okay, in this next video, I talk you through how to do a palm press. So go ahead and watch this, and then I will leave you with the exercise. So I'm going to teach you your first rib cage expansion exercise, okay? It's called a palm press. Now in your workout, there's going to be an audio clip that takes you through this, but you need to go through what I do in this video first to make sure you're ready for that audio clip. So you may need to come back to this video multiple times before just going straight to the audio. So what you're going to learn to do is called a palm press. And the idea is with your palms together, your elbows up, your shoulders down, your palms together, you're going to apply a little pressure. So you're going to press your palms together. And the first thing you'll notice is that you'll feel the muscles of your arms engage. But you want to focus on the sides of your back where you saw in that video up there, where you saw my ribs expand. So the sides of your back is where you have the greatest rib cage expansion. So you want to focus on those muscles and you want to apply pressure here and focus on those muscles in the back until you feel them engage. We're just going to do this a few times. So engage and then just relax your body. And then apply pressure against your palms. Engage those muscles on the sides of your back. And then after you feel those muscles engage for a little bit, just relax. Now notice I'm not dropping my arms when I relax my body. If I drop my arms at the same time I drop my ribs, I won't know how much of a drop is actually happening from the rib cage. Okay, let's do that again. So elbows up, shoulders down, palms together. Press your palms together. Engage the muscles on the sides of your back and just hold them for a few seconds and then relax. And make sure it's about making your back bigger and not happening in your chest, okay? Your back should be what feels like it's expanding. The next stage, once you start to feel this engagement, is to pull your palms apart. Now, if you're not feeling any engagement, maybe pause the video and just try it a few more times and see if you can start to feel that. So palms together, elbows up, shoulders down, apply pressure, engage those muscles on the sides of your back, and then try to hold those muscles strong while you pull your palms apart. You're just gonna hold that for a few seconds, and then without dropping your arms, you're gonna relax your body. Now, even if you were feeling those muscles engage while your palms were together, it is very possible that as soon as you pulled your palms apart, your ribs dropped. Super common. You just have to keep doing it, and you have to trust me that you will be able to do it. I've never had a student not be able to improve their rib cage expansion. So palms together, elbows up, shoulders down, pressure, engage the muscles on the sides of your back, hold those muscles while you pull your palms apart, and then relax. Okay, a couple of final thoughts before I leave you to this exercise. One, you may not be feeling any muscle engagement right now. That's okay. Many students don't feel anything initially. You just have to trust me and trust that if you keep doing it, you will feel it. I have never had a student not be able to do these exercises. Some people, it takes a few weeks before they really can just feel their ribs drop at all. Some people feel the engagement right away, but as soon as they pull their palms apart, they don't feel, their ribs just drop. Wherever you are, just trust me, please, and keep going. This will be a game changer for you. So it's about building the muscles and the habits. And then as you're singing, you try to apply the ribcage expansion while you're singing so that you can relax your tongue and your throat muscles. And then you try to build the habit of asking yourself in the middle of songs, are my ribs expanded? And if they're not, expand them again. You're building foundational habits here. So it takes a little time for them to become automatic for you. Good luck with the exercise. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. Please help me spread the good word to other people whose hearts want to sing by subscribing to my channel, liking this video, commenting, telling your friends about me. I appreciate it all. I'll see you next time.
So I'm going to talk you through 10 palm presses. So here we go. Number 1, palms together, elbows up, shoulders relaxed. Apply pressure. You're going to feel that pressure in your arms, but you want to focus on feeling your muscles on the sides of your back engage. Keep those muscles engaged while you pull your palms apart. You're going to hold it, hold it, hold it, continue to hold it. And then without dropping your arms, relax your torso. Good job. We're going to do that again, second time. Palms together, elbows up, shoulders relaxed. Engage the muscles on the sides of your back. Hold those muscles while you pull your palms apart. And wait, and wait. Continue to wait. Keep your arms raised where they are. And then relax your torso. Number 3, palms together, elbows up, shoulders relaxed. Engage the muscles on the sides of your back. Hold those muscles while you pull your palms apart. And wait, and wait, and wait. And without dropping your arms, relax your torso. Number 4, palms together, elbows up, shoulders relaxed. Feel the muscles on the sides of your back engage. Hold those muscles. Pull your palms apart while you continue to hold those muscles tight. And wait, and wait, and wait. And without dropping your arms, relax your torso. Number 5, palms together, elbows up, shoulders relaxed. Engage the muscles on the sides of your back and hold those muscles tight while you pull your palms apart. And wait, and wait, and continue to wait. And without dropping your arms, relax your torso. Number 6, palms together, elbows up, shoulders relaxed, muscles on the sides of your back engaged. Hold those muscles engaged while you pull your palms apart. And wait. And continue to wait. And without dropping your arms, relax your torso. Number 7, palms together, elbows up, shoulders relaxed, muscles on the sides of the back engaged. Pull your palms apart while you keep those muscles engaged. And wait. You have to really push yourself now. Push the sides of your back out. Keep holding those muscles. Now, without dropping your arms, relax your torso. Number 8, we're almost done with the first set. Palms together, elbows up, shoulders relaxed. Engage the muscles on the sides of your back and hold them while you pull your palms apart. And then wait. Now, you might be starting to get tired now, so you have to push yourself a little. Keep those muscles engaged and wait. And wait. Without dropping your arms, relax your torso. Number 9, we're almost there. End of the first set almost. Palms together. Elbows up, shoulders down. Engage the muscles on the sides of your back. Hold those muscles while you pull your palms apart. And wait. Keep pushing those muscles out. And wait. And relax. Last one in the first set. Number 10. Palms together. Elbows up, shoulders relaxed. Engage the muscles on the sides of your back. Pull your palms apart while you hold those muscles. And wait. And wait. And wait. And continue to wait. Still waiting. You can do this. All right, without dropping your arms, relax your torso.